In the distance, from a view high in the sky, we see what looks like sort of the edge of a mountainous area and then opening up to a bit of a desert. Several riders, the plains and the mountainous areas just start to form into this desert. As it zooms in, we see a number of unicorn samurai running atop their gaijin steeds as they come to a stop at the edge. And it looks like, based on the camp they're setting up, they intend to stay here for at least a short while. When camp's all set up, we see the eldest of them, what looks like the only samurai. The rest look to be students. He turns and looks to the group and says, "Before you is the edge of the burning sands, the place where our ancestors spent many years. For us Moto, we were born there. It is our lands." The rest of the unicorn came back to Rokugan. We entered it for the first time as outsiders, new followers of the Shinjo, and we thought ourselves capable of perhaps more than we understood. Our cavalry is yet to be beaten. The crab were not prepared for us when we rode through their lands, nor the scorpions, the lions. We found the land of the Kirin, the Shinjo, and took our rightful place amongst the rest of the clans of Rokugan. But we thought ourselves stronger than we were. Hearing of the threat of the Shadowland, we gathered our armies, our cavalry. The Moto vowed to extinguish it, the threat of Fu Lang once and for all. And so we rode, and they fought. The few who returned, their hair had been stricken white, their faces empty and sad. They would all die within a generation. But it's not those who died that plague us. It's those who remain in the Shadowlands, riding still under the Moto name. It is a curse. All of Rokugan knows it. But we will, one day, we will resolve it. That is why, my students, you must be prepared. At all times, be prepared. Not all things flow as one would expect. There will come a time, an opportunity, and you must be ready to strike. We cut to see Batu, just a couple years younger than he is now, and someone that looks a bit like Batu, slightly older than him. The scene kind of dismisses. We see the two Moto walking together, or readying their steeds rather to ride again. And he says, "What do you think, Batu? You think you and I will find a place to do that? Do you think you and I could be chosen?"
Yeah, I think so. You're like the best fighter there is. Well, other than that, but yeah.
Well, at least that goes for some. He says to his younger brother, and he flicks your ear.
I'll keep training.
You better. Because when that opportunity arises, I expect you to be at my side.
I want nothing more.
And we continue from there back to where we left off. Welcome, everyone. Episode 4 of the Topaz Tournament. We are in day 1. When we last left off, there was a bit of a rush out of the athletics section right into a small scene with our dragon friend, Mirumoto Kazumi, and Daimyo Hitomi. After that, I had made note that the next event would be happening, which was, to much surprise of you all, horsemanship. And much panic of you all, it sounded like. That's fair. I did want to roll back a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. There is actually an hour-and-a-half window between the events of the morning and the events of the afternoon. Horsemanship kicks off the events of the afternoon, of which people can rest, they can eat, they can meditate, whatever that might look like. I think it's also a good opportunity to do any scenes we might want to look at. So maybe we'll start there and just do a quick check-in. Is there anyone here that's really desiring a particular scene in this moment?
Actually, there is one. Takashi would like a chance to talk to Kazumi.
Okay. I think that can be done. Any proposed setting? You might have to find Kazumi, so where would Kazumi be found in that hour time?
I'd probably be, Mirumoto is probably going to be easy to find. He's probably just getting ready for the next event, probably in like a common training area or something.
Okay. Do you want to use the dojo, or what are you training in, I guess, or what are you focusing on?
He's going to be practicing his roles.
Okay.
His Mai Kaitens, because he's most assuredly thinking he's going to fall over off his horse, and if he's going to fall off the horse, he had better make a roll out of it so he doesn't hurt himself and look stylish as he does so. Understood.
All right, so dojo would probably be a reasonable spot, unless you want to be somewhere awkward, which I wouldn't put past the dragon. You could do it right outside somewhere, or more appropriate place would be the dojo.
I'd probably do outside just so I can get the body used to rolling on whatever terrain we're riding on.
All right, perfect. Take it away, Mark.
Approaching is the lion, as he is dressed in probably what looks to be far more heavier robes than before, as he's preparing for the horse riding. And he would make his way over and go, Mirumoto-san, I was wondering if you would be able to, or be willing to, speak with me about something.
Oh, yeah, of course. He jumps up from the ground and brushes the dirt and dust off himself and gives you a smile. Yeah, of course. Happy to help. How can I help? What would you like?
I was wondering if you were one who were well-versed in the art of, meditation. I know it is something that the Dragon Clan are known for, so I was curious for your insights on such.
Well, it kind of depends on what sort of meditation you're after. There's a range of different sorts of meditations. There could be sitting on the ground and looking at a leaf. It could be putting like a sweet in your mouth and enjoying the sense of enjoying that sweet in the moment. You also have like the more traditional, boring kind, I guess, where you just like sit in like Caesar and you close your eyes and you go into your mind and you just rest there. I mean, it's really dependent on what you're after.
That one is more the one I'm interested in. Yeah, I am more interested in the traditional kind of meditation to be able to focus one's mind.
Yes,
I found some
very good at that.
Just some difficulties recently with focus.
I'm
So
really
please, if
sorry
you
to hear
could.
that.
Yes. Well, it's important to keep one's mind in the proverbial game, as it were.
Yes, yes. If you don't mind me asking, do you mind telling me what's distracting you? Maybe if we know what's distracting you, it might help you focus.
I'm unsure if that is the case, but very well. There is a girl who I recently met, who I had met before, but I'm meeting again for again for the first time for yes. But apologies, it weighs heavily on my mind.
A girl is making it difficult for you to concentrate. Is she like
Yes.
pulling faces at you, or?
No, her face is beautiful. That's not the issue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I can help with that. So, what you want to do is you want to sit and Caesar. So, you want to kneel down. I mean, you could kneel down the grass, or you can find somewhere else more comfortable. But I'll show you the basic position. So you kneel down. Now, it is going to be uncomfortable. It will be uncomfortable if you sit more than a period of time, but it's all about practice. The more you practice, the better you get, the more you can focus, yeah?
Right, yes.
Good. All right. Now, I want you to close your eyes. Now, it really helps if you have like a mantra or something that you can say to yourself to help you focus. Do you have something like that?
I suppose.
No. You can't suppose. You have to know. This is where the focus comes in. You have to know what you need to. You have to know your mantra.
Okay.
Good.
All right then.
Close your eyes. Repeat your mantra. It doesn't have to be out loud, but sometimes it helps. Now breathe in as you do it. Hold for 3 seconds and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Wonderful. That's all there is to it. Just have to practice. That's one of the most important things when learning meditation.
I see. Thank you, Miyamoto-san. I truly appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. And good luck with that girl person of yours. I would recommend just avoid her if she's making faces at you, or if something like that's happening. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to avoid her. In fact, I prefer to be around her. I just wish I wouldn't so not myself when I am.
Have you thought that maybe it is yourself?
What do you mean?
Well, when we're caught off guard sometimes, that's when we show who we really are. Have you thought that maybe being around this person makes you so uncomfortable because you're not used to being that aspect of yourself?
No, that can't be right. No, I just need to focus and make sure I am in control. I can't let my emotions overwhelm me. Anyway, thank you for your time, Miyamoto-san.
Happy to help. Well, if you excuse me, I'm going to keep doing the rolls, because
very
because
well.
for no reason.
I recommend you don't land on your hands. I've seen enough people break their arms by doing that.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. I do like my arms.
Yes. Well then, see you at the next competition.
Good luck. I believe in you. You got this.
Kind of. And then slowly walks away. Very awkwardly.
All right. We will cut over to... Is anyone else got anything? It doesn't have to be... All right. We'll go to Yuna. What is it? What are you looking for?
Yuna is gonna find Akari.
Okay.
Akari is just trying to focus to prepare for the next competition. Because that is what is important right now. But she would be probably by herself, as much as she could be off to the side.
So, Yuna will find her way in there, look around, like, I thought they were serving food in here. I could have sworn I smelled inari.
What was that? I swore I heard a bird chattering.
Wait a minute. I know you, don't I?
Good memory. Perhaps there is something underneath those feathers after all.
Oh, there's plenty. I didn't recognize you without the mask. Congratulations on passing your Gempukku.
Thank you. Doji-san.
Hmm.
Trust you've had a good, your performance in the competition thus far has been adequate.
Adequate is exactly the word that I was going to use. How astute. Yeah. I know I can do better. And I intend to show everyone how much better I can do.
I look forward to seeing you try.
Oh. At least I can try my best.
Well, this is your best, then.
I know, you're so impressed. It's normal.
Of course, yes, and I suppose brightly colored feathers are quite an effective distraction to mask a lack of skill, but effective nonetheless. I must applaud you on your...
Well, I mean, for a courtier to make it to the Topaz tournament, I mean, it happens, but, I had to be better than all the Shigenja and Bushi.
Well, I suppose that speaks to the overall talent of the Crane clan.
Well, I mean, if they had to send someone who's already passed to the Gempukku tournament, they might not have too many other people.
Say what you will. My mask is honorary.
Oh goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that it meant that you passed. I thought that's how you got it. So you haven't actually passed it yet.
That is why I am here.
That makes so much more sense.
My clan have faith that I will pass these trials, and so far I have not disappointed them.
How? That's good. I suppose it's, a good idea to make you start your little masquerade before you have to.
All of us wear a mask, Doji-san.
Hmm.
Some of us are honest about it. Others hide behind painted fans, pretty words.
Oh, you think they're pretty. That's so sweet of you. You're so complimentary. But it appears that you are meditating, so I'll not disturb you any longer.
How observant you are in...
Thank you. Well, I'll leave you to
But that
it,
we
and I'll
shift
go-
away. Okay, we shift away, checking in with GM of Revan, who had their hand up. Is there anything in particular?
Yeah, I wanted to go to where Kazumaro would be, if that's possible, Toritaka.
Yeah.
And could be just right after. So You gave me the run for my money. I'm not very strong, can you tell?
No. You're very impressive. I thought I got you in the last bit there, but
Oh, I have stitches upon stitches. Ah. Oh, ow.
easy. Oh, maybe we should just sit down.
Yeah. Oh.
It's been a long time. I feel that it's... When was the last time we met?
Weren't you sneaking around? I always thought you were such a confident sneak, Toritake-san.
May have made my way around the marketplace once in a while. But shh, that's just between you and me.
Wait, hold on. How old are you? Because I'm 15. I just turned 15.
I'm 16.
That must have been about 3 years ago then. Oh,
Okay. That's
I
about
was
right.
really, really, really weak back then.
I don't think so. I think you completely shown your strength. But
You're very strong too. I was very impressed by the tournament. What you and Hida-san were doing with the apple, and it was wonderful.
oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I actually feel a bit of shame on
Why?
that. So
No, that was technique though. The falcon though a minor house, precise. The cuts are very precise.
oh yeah. That was good.
I have never seen an apple fall apart in 12 pieces so cleanly. And you left the pit in the middle. And you made heart from it too.
Was that this tournament?
Yes.
Right. I'm so sorry.
Although I don't know why the heart fell. I don't know where it fell to, but I think it went into the direction of the Crane Clan. But you didn't hear it from me.
Oh, this happens all the time. I think you're confusing me with someone else.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was on top of the pyramid.
Oh, I must have.
The
Oh, yeah.
sparklers.
Oh. I'm sorry. The tournament has been a lot. My apologies. My sincerest apologies. Your balance is still really precise, though, if I recall. Now I remember. And you had the sparklers. What were you writing with the sparklers? You seem to be waving them around in a certain way.
I was just waving them around in celebration. But really, it was kind of a last-minute type of idea. But
I thought that. What did it say? What did you just in that moment?
I might have wrote like a little happy face with ... big smile, and we ended there. But what was it? What I was referring to actually was the strength competition with Danzo-san.
Yes, yeah. He is so strong.
He is.
Really, really strong.
I think he was going easy on me. Or
that was going easy on you?
I feel like I should have bowed out, actually.
That's, you know what, the strength competition always it's really bothersome. That Unicorn Clan, Shinjo-san is so wickedly strong. Oh my goodness. I feel so bad for whoever has to go up against them. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
good talk.
Good talk. We best get ready for the next competition.
Yeah, I think it's horseback riding. I hope we do well. Meet you at the finish line.
I'll take a head start this time.
Yeah. Don't. I do recall, just recalling. I do recall that the Crane Clan is really good at that competition.
Totally.
Yeah. So you and I also heard that your clan is actually among the top.
Oh,
I read the records. The Falcon Clan almost always wins the horse competition, although it could be different because the Unicorn Clan is back.
yeah, I guess.
Mhm.
He's a little confused, but he believes your words. He's a bit gullible that way.
I
Okay,
think
yeah.
you will
Maybe
do
you
so
should talk to the
good.
Crane Clan for some tips.
You know what? I think that would be a good idea. Birds of a feather, right? I'm Phoenix. You're a falcon. There's the Crane Clan, and then there's all the other bird houses. It's wonderful.
All right.
Yes,
And
thank you.
we will shift away at that point. We got 2 left, so we might as well pair the 2 left up. We'll put Hida Danzo together with Motobatu. What are the 2 of you doing? Or where do you guys connect?
So we're within 0 to an hour and a half time from the race last
Exactly.
week? Or-
Yep.
Okay. He's Donzo would be very near wherever the next event is set to be. He's not really doing anything, but he also doesn't want to worry about keeping track of time. So
Say you're near the bridge where the barge came in originally, like the main river, which heads towards the dojo and then out into where the new tournament's or the next event is to be.
Batu Domo. Our performances in the physical category have left me wanting.
Yes. I expected to throw that lion out, but
I as well. I came here with Kazumaru. He is chosen by my clan as a representative, and I've spent much time with him. We've also endured the mines together, just like you and I have. So I don't mind losing to him, but I guess it's testimony to how a rock can stand against the force of a river. But still, it is a little embarrassing when the river is able to have its strength diverted by a mere stone.
I must confess I was a little bit surprised. But we all have bad days.
I have had bad days since I arrived in this town. I wrestled a monk from the Crane Clan when I first got here, and that samurai was much more capable than I had given these other clans credit for. I guess it's my own folly that I've come to expect nothing but pampering and easy living for these other clans, but it seems they are very adept in the technical aspects of most things, something I underestimated, I guess.
Or perhaps they just don't have anything else to do, so they just do the one thing all the time.
You proffer up good words. Well, the next challenge seems to be one you would be pretty well suited for, yeah? Any little tips or refresher from the last time you tried to show me how to ride?
I told you back then, like I told you now, you have to be one with your horse. It has to be fluid movements. Don't fight the horse. If you fight the horse, it'll get uncomfortable and it'll start fighting back. Fluid movements, move with it. One whole body, like the winds.
As the 2 of you are just walking over the other side of the bridge, Batu, you turn, I imagine Danzo would see this too. You see Utaku Midori, who's the one that so far has no points. I think she's the only one that has no points so far. You see her at the edge of the river that you just passed, and you observe that she has placed a paper crane in the water, and she stands and watches it go down before taking her horse by the reins and starting in the direction of the tournament.
From our limited witnessing of, one more time on their name?
Utaku Midori.
Midori. Had we, from the times we have seen them, are they, is she more of a Shigenja, more of a Bushi?
Very much a Bushi.
For that?
Yeah. You would be familiar enough with the unicorn's Utaku. She rides a horse that would suggest that she is a battle maiden. So they are a matriarchal family where the men and the Utaku do not ride. They are horse breeders instead. This moment, this observation with the crane in the water, do either of you, I don't want to, we'll get you to roll. TN's 10. Theology, intelligence theology, or intelligence etiquette? Awareness etiquette, actually.
On skill.
Yeah.
Awareness on skill.
Okay, that makes sense. Danzo, I think this situation, especially for the crab, I don't think that resonates with you. Like, you're just like, what's the purpose of that? That stop, some kind of reverence to something, maybe, like an offering to a fortune. You don't know, something that other clans do. Yeah. For Batu, though, this stop here would signal like reverence to lost, probably someone close, given the look on her face.
Well, would I know of anyone that the Utaku family lost recently?
No.
Danzo will gesture kind of over at it, like kind of shaking, drawing Batu's attention to it. And, why does she send a crane into the water? I suppose I have not seen an origami horse, but it seems, I don't know, is there some sort of agreement or relationship between you all and Crane?
Well, the crane and the unicorn have been fairly close ever since we came back, if my studies are correct, which I'm not very studied. It seems to me that she's remembering someone, mourning someone, a lost one, perhaps. I don't know why it's in the shape of a crane, though. But she also doesn't want to talk to me, so doesn't really help.
She seems to be struggling in this tournament. Perhaps... what was the last name of the family?
Utaku.
Utaku. Perhaps the Utaku riders are not as elite as we have been led to believe.
Oh, they are. Only matched by our riders. Well, the unicorn riders overall. But they deserve some respect. Even though they have their weird ways.
If I'm not mistaken, she is the only one without points secured for the tournament. Do you worry that perhaps she will not accomplish her Gempukku? Do you have concern for your clanmate not succeeding?
I have mixed feelings about my clanmates. We'll see what happens. I do not wish her ill at all, but I think...
What of the other unicorn?
Shinjo... I know her from somewhere, but I can't single her out. I shouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the dragon. There's something weird going on.
What has happened that they would stop a physical specimen like yourself from being one of their chosen ones? Why the need to, what's the word? To subcon out to the Dragon Clan?
I'm a
What's going on?
barbarian, Dan, so no one sees me like you do. I'm an
Yes,
outcast.
constitute immense strength, athletic talent, stuff that cannot be taught. You were bred for greatness. Tell me the unicorn has become so blind in their time abroad that they cannot recognize the own power they have within their own households?
I don't believe it's that they look down on the Moto. I feel like they might have had the other clans perceive it as a slight to bring a Moto up, someone from outside, instead of one of the original unicorn clans.
Original clans. I suppose I find myself blessed in that regard, being a Hida. We pretty much make up all of Crab, at least a third of it. But I kind of think that lineage matters very little when braced against steel. That is such why Kazamaru, even though he is not a crab, he embodies everything that the crab values. Destruction when it's needed, passiveness, as do you.
Thank you. We'll see. We'll see what this next contest when if this last showings, who knows? Maybe someone who has never even ridden a donkey will be able to beat all of the unicorn. Say perhaps that lion person. One of them.
Have you gotten to meet Takeshi yet?
Sorry,
We're just ad-libbing if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. We'll zoom away just to make sure we can get to the meat and bones of everything. But that was good stuff, everybody. All right, so before we move into the actual event, there was an 1.5-hour window. There is the possibility for those who have meditation and haven't rolled it yet to make meditation rolls. You have to hit a TN of 20 for 1 void back. If you have tea ceremony or would like to guide a group of people through tea ceremony, you may do so for void recovery as well. So maybe we'll start with a show of hands for those that have a skill, one of those skills they intend to use, even if it's private. Okay. I'm not seeing any, so we'll proceed. All right, on to horsemanship. So when you get to this area outside of town, you can see that it's laid out in such a way that there is a bit of a riding course. The riding course goes through sort of rough terrain, but it doesn't look like super difficult. It just looks like if you have any handling of riding, you're probably in good shape. And then there's 2 targets. One looks too close to the road. Like it looks like, for if you're intended to use a bow, it's way too close. And then the other one is at a distance from the path, which would suggest that the only way to hit that is with a bow. So as they announce the course, it will be pairs. That will be you'll be grouped into pairs once more, racing one another, as it were. Out of character, you'll have horsemanship tests. I'll guide you through those. Then you'll have strike tests, one with a katana, one with a bow. Kyujutsu and Kinjutsu. You can't use Ijutsu unless you have a Crane School feature that allows you to use your Ijutsu in place of the Kinjutsu, which is Kikitabushi. Everyone else, it's Kinjutsu. You have to you're riding with your sword out, already. You're not like trying to draw and strike. It would be pretty difficult. Kijutsu is the bow. So the riding at first, whoever succeeds at that gets a point. You get to the first target. How well you strike is important. So there will be a target for that. You can raise if you want, and for potentially extra points. Then one more ride, and then the bow shot, and then one last ride. So pretty much 5 rolls is what it comes down to. But why don't we go ahead and, as they call this event, why don't we go ahead and see who is first? Nine and 11 on my list. Shiba Sukune versus Akoto Takashi again. Sukune looks to Takashi and says, "It seems we're destined to keep encountering one another, Akoto-san."
It would seem so. You are a respectable opponent. If this is what fate has in store, I'm not disappointed.
All right. So there are no bonuses to the horsemanship roll. Those are just target numbers. Yes. Hold on. Correction. You can raise on any of the 5 rolls for extra points. That would be like getting ahead. So they'll score on 2 things. Like meta-wise, they're scoring on 2 things. 1, how precise your strikes are, and 2, whether or not you come in first. You know.
All right. First question, what are we rolling for riding?
Horsemanship. Agility horsemanship.
Agility. All right. What's the difficulty for this?
Difficulty for this one is 5. I should note that you can't raise on things that you don't have a skill in. Oh, you're good. Oh, that should have been slightly lower. But no raises on both. You both managed to ride your horses out successfully. You are now at the point where you have the strikes with the blades.
Yep. All right, then. What's the standard difficulty for this?
Standard difficulty is 10.
10. I would like to raise twice.
Okay.
To 20.
To 20? She's going to raise once.
Right. Kenjutsu. $23.
Okay. You both hit your targets. You have 1 point ahead of her right now. Okay. Now,
agility again?
Yes, a horsemanship once more. Target number for this time is 10.
I can't believe that. I rolled a 5 somehow.
Oh, wow. Okay, you suffer a -1 point, so you guys are now even. You're basically she gets ahead of you, so she's going to win that. So far, you're winning the strikes. She's winning the race. That's kind of how this works.
Okay.
So we move into Kijutsu, the bow.
Kijutsu. What's the total for this difficulty? Number I need to achieve?
The number you need to achieve for this is a 15.
Oh, is she raising?
What, you're neck and neck? Yeah, she's gonna raise once.
Alright, Kodo will raise as well.
All right, let's see who the victor is. So you're both trying to hit 20, right? Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Oh, she barely gets 20. It's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to this end stretch here. So what we're gonna do is with a tie, it's just whoever gets this last roll higher, and you both can't raise, so it's gonna literally be the number.
I think it's literally 3 dice against 3 dice. So
yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
It's an 18.
The last number doesn't count. 18 to 18. The two of you go even. Completely even. In the case of a direct and complete tie like this, you both score a point.
Right. Victory.
She'll look over to you with a nod. I think there's a little bit of a competitive rivalry going on now at this point. Well done, Akoto-san.
And same to you as well. Shiba-san.
Right. Seven and 10. Miyamoto Kazumi and Asako Mayumi. Gem of Revan versus versus All Things Fantasy.
We finally get to compete against each other. I'm looking forward to Asako. Remember, do your best. You got this, yeah?
You as well.
I've been practicing my roles. I'll be fine.
May glory precede the dragon. So, keep up.
Okay. Sounds like fun. Let's do it.
All right, folks. So the beginning roll is a horsemanship roll.
And if you don't have horsemanship, it's agility, right?
It's agility, yes. So you're rolling agility. Remember to, unlike what I did there, remember to roll it unskilled if you don't have the skill. You just tick the unskilled. Okay. Both of you come out at about the same speed as you reach the target with your katanas.
I'd like to raise mine twice, please. So I'm aiming for 20, right?
You are aiming for 20. What about you, Mayumi? What are you gonna do?
I will not raise. Just because I do have Kenjutsu, but I'm not sure how that works for the hitting of the target.
Okay.
Do I just
you don't have
katana?
to raise. Yeah, you just want to click. You want to click the Kenjutsu skill.
Oh,
and then you're just gonna
Kenjutsu,
roll
not
it.
the katana.
Right, correct.
Okay. No, I will not raise.
So TN 10 for you, TN 20 for Kazumi.
50.
Yeah, I think you're good. And Mayumi doesn't raise, and those 10s don't count anyways, but it was well over 10. So you're good right now. You're neck and neck on the horse race, but Miyamoto Kazumi's strike cut the target in half. It was like one of those really deep strikes with the katana as you rode past. We go to the slightly more rough terrain, TN 10, horsemanship roll. So this will be agility again, folks.
Yep.
Both of you make it. So now it's time to fire the arrow with your bow.
Is this another agility?
It is, if you don't have Kyujutsu.
I do not.
Okay. Target number for this is 5. Sorry, I'm way off. The target number for this is 15.
I was going to say, if it's just 5, I'm going to raise it. But if it's 15, I'll leave it as is, please.
Also, Jutsu is reflexes, not agility.
Oh, reflexes. Oh, okay. It's the same dice, so it'll be the same number, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, it is. Sorry, horsemanship's agility. Reflexes, Kyujutsu. Okay.
Yeah, I got a 3 to agility and a 3 to reflexes, so I'll just keep the number.
I think you're both under 15 anyways, right?
I have my reflexes are 2.
Yeah, it's okay. Neither of you are at the place where if you got a really bad roll, you might fall off your horse. You're just having to slow down through the rough terrain. This is with the bow. Yeah, you both miss your target. But you know what? You're not trained archers. That kind of makes sense.
Miyamoto is surprised he actually shot somewhat forward this time.
All right. And then we do horsemanship rolls again. It's agility to bring it in.
You only need to bring it in.
Could I use a void point to bring it home?
If you want to try, you would need to spend... Right now, Kazumi's up on you by 2 because you raised twice on the first target. In order for you to effectively beat him or tie, to tie, you need 2 successful raises. So you could spend a void point to get skilled because you can't raise without the skill. So you could spend a void point to no longer have to tick unskilled, and then you would roll, but you have to beat TN of 20 to tie.
I'll just leave it for now. I'll just leave it for now then. What if there's something in the competition ahead that I need to use that for? No, okay. I'll go. Yeah, I'll just keep it steady.
Yeah, I think if you were closer, I'd advise it. With this, it's probably going to be pretty tough to beat him. If you were skilled in horsemanship, I'd say you could do it, but it's unlikely. I think Kazumi's going to win this one. Why don't we roll and find out? You never know. The dice may betray him. So. The dice did not betray him. Kazumi comes in first as well. A point to Kazumi. A second point of the tournament. Mayumi is left with 2 still. So you've also have 2 points.
As Miyamoto gets off his horse, he'll bow to Asako. Then he'll turn to Yupa and whisper, "I didn't fall off this time."
You're incredible. You kept up.
I know. I'm surprised.
I was thinking of doing a fancy jump at the one point, but you were too fast. It was good. Good race.
Could have done it. Might have given you a point. Who knows?
It was a pleasure to race with you,
Same with you.
Miyamoto-san.
Next up is Toritaka Kazumaru and Bayushi Dairu.
Bayushi-san. Pleasure. The winds are good today.
Let us hope they fare well for both of us.
Yes. Is Yoga-san watching?
He glances over and he nods.
He fixes his eyebrows.
All right. 1 sec here.
I believe his name is Peanut Butter. I'll call him PB for short.
You don't get out much, do you, Toritaka-san?
No. But when I do, I fly. Good luck.
Good luck indeed. All right.
It'd be the best time to fly off your horse.
You're gonna fly off the horse.
Okay, so we do first thing first, it is agility horsemanship. If you don't have horsemanship, it's just agility. Make sure you tick unskilled if you don't have horsemanship.
Awesome. Animal handling is nothing. Okay.
No. I didn't think that was its own skill though. Do we have it in your sheet wrong?
Animal handling awareness. That a thing.
I don't know where that is. It's not a high skill. Is it like a merchant skill or something? Yes, it is. Yeah.
It's a peasant skill here.
Not peasant, merchant. Different. So
I think that was more to do with handling like birds.
Yeah. So no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't afford you anything.
Right.
What? Okay. You both hit your target, so even though those numbers look drastically different, you're at the same place as you ready for the target with your kenjutsu. You can pull your katana out, and when you're ready, it's a kenjutsu roll.
Yeah.
Target number for this before you roll is 10, and you can raise if you want. Dairu will be raising once.
Kidimaru will raise as well.
Just once?
Once.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is skilled.
Okay, you both hit your target of 1. You got a 16, you needed a 15, so you came across the finish line there. Another horsemanship roll.
All right, here we go.
This one is target number of 10.
Leaving it at 10.
Wow, he doesn't get it. He falls behind a bit with 4 dice. So you have the slight upper hand.
As I pass him, I raise my hands like I'm flying.
All right. You reach for your bow next. It's a Kijutsu roll. This is reflexes if you don't have Kijutsu. And the target number is 15.
All right. I'll leave it at 15.
He hits. You do not So you are neck and neck point wise as you move to the very end. One more horsemanship roll. TN is 10 again. He is going to raise by 1 because he really wants to beat you.
See, if he raised by 1, that's 15.
If he raises by 1, his target will be 15. You can, if you have void, you could spend a void and leave it unskilled, or you can spend a void and go skilled, depending on what you want to do. If you go unskilled, it just means 10s don't explode. You're not going to spend a void?
Yeah. I don't have a void. I used them all last sesh. All right, this is it. I guess I'll leave it as is. Let's see, what's that likelihood? You know what? I'm going to also raise it by 1. Let the fates decide. Oh, just by 1.
Bayushi Dairu is successful. He comes in barreling down just slightly past you for the victory. And Kazumaru, you are left with 1 point and probably a sense of feeling so close once again to victory.
I bow respectfully. Congratulations.
Good effort, Toritaka-san.
Next time, then.
All right, I will note, just for everyone's worry, there are 3 unicorn left in this match.
I know what you're talking about. I'm quite relaxed. I'm fine.
There are 3 bullets in this.
If I match against another unicorn, I'm going to be so sad.
Utaku Midori versus Moto Batu.
I brought it.
You thought this was going to be an easy victory.
I did think I had thoughts. Now I only have regrets.
All right. It is once again the unicorn who have been underwhelming this time through. Moto Batu has 1 point. Shinjo Haruko has 1 point. And Utaku Midori has 0 so far.
Remind me, what does racing do again?
So
Switching on the dice?
when you raise, no. Raising makes it harder for you at the cost of better outcome. So for this one, when you raise on something, it actually gives you extra points towards winning.
Okay.
And you can expect with another unicorn that they'll be raising on at least their horsemanship, right?
I'll match the race, whatever they do.
Yeah. Just try to keep up, Moto-san.
I can only wish.
Okay, so you are making a horsemanship roll, and your target number would be a 5. Now it's 15 if you're raising twice. What's your horsemanship skill?
Just 1.
1. You can raise up to your void, which is 2.
I'm gonna change anything on the roll itself, right?
No, so just roll flat. All you need to hit is a 15 on this roll. Which she did. She probably will too. Yep. Neck and neck as we hit the Kenjutsu phase. Are you going to raise on Kenjutsu?
If she does, then I will.
All right. I think the target is 10. Right? Yes. She'll raise once.
Then I'll meet her.
Both successful. We move to the next horsemanship. Target number 10. She will raise twice. Aiming for that 20.
Then I will do so as well.
All right. She breaks ahead a bit from you as we move into the bow, Kyujutsu. She will not raise on Kyujutsu.
I will raise once.
Okay, your target number will be 20 versus 15. Well done. She barely hits the target, but it's enough to count. You are now neck and neck with her. Whoever wins this final stretch wins the match. Because she beat you by that one before. She will raise twice again.
Then I will do the same.
All right. The two of you raised an equal amount. As such, with the tie, as noted, the number only comes in on scenarios where things are already neck and neck. You both raise twice and hit your number. You're going to come in at the exact same time. You both get a point. She gets her first point. Batu, you get your second.
He'll give her a nod as he's grinning. That was, well, very fun.
She gives you like a nod of approval, but doesn't say much. All right. We're down to 6s, 6 left. Danzo against the unicorn Shinjo Haruko.
If at all possible, for the start of the race, whenever we get ready to kick off, Danzo would do a loud hia, like to encourage the horse of some sense. But I want to do it loud enough that it might intimidate or startle the other horse to a bad start. Is that something I can do?
You can certainly try. Yep. I will not.
To intimidation, or is that just a raise on the writing?
It would be an intimidation attempt. So why don't we start there? I'm going to warn you. She is on a unicorn steed. So this isn't your standard Rokugani pony. As such, The TN to startle this warhorse is going to be a 35. Doable, just very difficult. So it doesn't hurt to try. It will cost you one box of honor to do so.
Ooh. Okay.
To attempt it. All right. No luck on the zeros, my friend. You needed those big zeros to come up. If you got on an exploding... See, the weird thing about this system is because it's open-ended 10s and you're rolling a whole pocket of 10s, you might end up with 2 10s that go up to like 80 or 90. So it's... The numbers sounded crazy. It's not that crazy. It's just a matter of luck.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I witnessed Mayumi roll the 3K3 and hit 38 with no...
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So with this, it's a horsemanship test. She will be raising twice.
He will not raise on the Spartan. That was
TN's 15.
I thought TN was 5 for the first one.
Yeah, 5. Sorry, 5 and then 15 for her is what I mean. She's raising twice, so her TN's 15. You're good. She hits her 15. So then we go to Kenjutsu. Target number is 10. She will not raise on this.
She might get there first, but I'm raising twice on Kenjutsu.
Okay.
Will that help? Like, that would put us back to neck and neck if I...
Yes. If you had a TN 20 here, you guys would be tied since she's not raising at all.
No, I don't need to change anything for roll modifier, keep modifier, anything like that, right?
Not at all. Nope. You're good to go.
Ugh. I missed mine.
Missers. Okay. So she is up now quite considerably. I think she's going to play conservative then and ride normal. So TN horsemanship is 10, or agility if you don't have horsemanship. She's not raising this time.
He will try to proudly, trying to regain, he's going to raise once, so 15 for me. I don't think I'd be able to do that, yeah.
Jesus. How many 10s is that? 3? Okay. 49. She didn't raise, though. Now we get to Kijutsu. She is now 4 spots ahead of you. So it's kind of like unrecoverable. So now you're just like, you're trying to like, how do you come out of this the best you can?
Sure.
You are looking at Kijutsu. If you don't have it, reflexes. TN is 15. It's hard to shoot a bow on horseback.
But now here, I will change my roll modifier to 1 for crab hands.
Yes. Here you are.
And I'm 4 behind on the last 2 stages, so, and the TN is what?
So the TN for Kijutsu is 15, base default.
Give me 1 raise. We're gonna
All right.
try our best.
TN 20. TN 20.
Just stuck with it.
You try a trick shot. It's a little out a little too far. She also misses, though, funny enough. She has a skill, she misses. All right. And then I think it's just a horsemanship to bring it into a close. TN is 10. All right. So you come in at the same speed that you kind of got to where you fell behind a bit. That is Shinjo Haruko 1, Hida Danzo 0. Hida Danzo has 1 athletics, or 1 point so far in athletics, and Shinjo Haruko just collected her 2nd in horsemanship. We are down to
the event. I would like to say to Haruko, the horses of the speed. I'm for impact. We're in different trades.
So it seems. So it seems, Hida-san. You rode well. The wall's not meant for horses.
Indeed it is not.
We are down to the last 2 matches of this. Matsu Chiharu versus Yogo Akari. I thought for a minute we were going to get the Yuna and
I was hoping. I was hoping.
Me too.
Me too. It would have been so cinematic.
I know.
Okay. But that's fine.
There's still plenty of tournament, so.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
What's up?
For the parts that require
You have to use a... Yes, I think so. You have to use a katana in this case.
Okay. Okay, fine.
But what... I guess, what can you pull off sneakily is the question.
This is less... This would be less of a sneaky spell and more of an alternative weapon spell.
Gotcha. All right, give me 1 sec here. 1 sec.
Okay.
All right. The cat pushed my door open. I was like, like that. All right. So, next thing's next. One note for this is the Matsu aren't known for horses.
Okay.
We start with an agility roll, TN5, unless you have horsemanship. Then you can roll that instead.
If the TN's 5,
TN is 5 for the first one. Yep.
I'm gonna raise.
Okay. Okay. You get ahead of the Matsu slightly. The next roll is a Kenjutsu roll, TN10. She will raise once.
Is that reflexes?
That is
We don't
agility.
have- Oh, that's agility. Okay.
Yeah. The katana rolls agility. The bow and arrow will be reflexes, though.
Got it. Okay.
She will roll. Okay. She hit with a... All right. You are even as far as score right now. She's caught up with the Kenjutsu roll. As we move into another horsemanship roll, this one's a TN10. She is not going to try to... not going to raise on this.
I think I'll raise.
All right. Let's see how you do. TN15 for you, TN10 for her. Oh, you got it? She got it too, but she didn't raise. So you are one step ahead again. We move to the bow and arrow. This is TN 15. She is certainly not going to raise for this one.
Me neither. But it's reflexes?
It is reflexes.
Yeah.
Ooh, she got really bad. You both miss the target. So you remain one ahead of her as we move into the closing. TN 10 for the closing. It is an agility horsemanship roll. She is going to raise once to TN 15.
Okay. Then I kind of have to.
No, you could tie.
It's true. What happens if we tie point-wise? Does no one get a point?
Both do. So far, that's...
We both get a point?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then I won't raise.
Okay.
I'm more concerned about passing my Gempukku than beating.
She could fail TN 15 too. It's entirely possible. If she fails TN 15.
So I'm doing TN 10 still.
Yep. Okay. You tie. Both of you will get a point. That brings us to our final match for horsemanship. This is Yuna and Saburo. The crane fight once more, for whatever reason. This has happened. Well, it's wild that it's happened twice, to be honest.
Yeah. Are you following me?
One sec here. Okay. Saburo looks at you and shakes his head and says, "It doesn't seem proper that we would have to face each other so often. It seems to doom one of us as it guarantees one of us succeed."
I wonder if they're setting us up for failure. That's weird. Well, we'll do our best and we'll prove them wrong.
I look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
With that, he will playfully start things off. So he is going to roll agility without horsemanship. TN 5.
Okay. Same for me.
Oh wow! Just barely hit that 5.
Sorry, you said it was agility, right?
Yep. Agility unskilled if you don't have it. You're good. Now it's Kenjutsu. He will raise twice on Kenjutsu.
Kenjutsu is reflexes?
It is agility.
Oh, right.
Correction. His pool isn't that good. He's going to raise once.
Okay. And the void makes it... If you're rolling it unskilled, void makes you able to roll it skilled, right?
You can choose. So you can spend a void to add one, keep one, which you put a tick on void ? If you do that, and leave it unskilled, or you can spend a void to make it skilled, whichever you prefer. Skilled means that you can explode, right? And
right.
Unskilled, if you just click the void, that will give you an extra one, keep one, which is nice. But whichever one you think, it's a strategy.
Yeah, I'll just keep it. It's 10, right? You said for this one.
TN 10. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep it. I'll keep it unskilled.
Okay. You made it.
Yeah.
Yuna strikes the target. So does he. So he is 1 point ahead as you move into another horsemanship roll. It's agility unskilled if you don't have horsemanship. And the TN for this one is 10.
Okay.
Got it. Yuna's hanging in there.
I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Now it comes to bow and arrow.
Okay, and that one's reflexes.
This is reflexes, yes.
Okay.
He's just going to try and hit his target. That's what he said. He's not going to raise.
Yeah. And the TN is...
The TN is 15 for the bow and arrow. It's the hardest one.
Alright, I am gonna spend a void point to roll this one.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry, actually, could you tell me the TN for the next one?
10.
Okay, so got you. So yeah, I'm gonna spend the void point to make this one skilled.
Okay. You're not raising?
Nope.
You should have raised.
I should have.
Yeah. Okay, and he will roll this. No raises. He hits it. Okay. He is 1 point ahead of you as you come into the close. He will not raise. He doesn't feel that passionately about beating his clanmate to try and like go all out on this. So he's gonna roll this unskilled.
I'll raise by 1 and also use my void point to do it skilled.
Okay.
Oh shoot. Oh no, that's correct.
Okay, so you're trying for target number 15, he's trying for target number 10.
Correct.
Oh, got it.
Oh my gosh.
Right. You come in a tie. People are upset about this. They feel like he slowed down for you. People are upset. They're like collusion. This actually creates
Ghana points.
There's enough of a ruckus about this where they have to get together, and there's like a big conversation about it.
If I have a chance, Yuna's going to turn to him and say, I know you didn't slow down for me. I had to race hard. You did really, really well.
You as well, Doji-san. This will clear up, I'm sure.
I hope so, because them saying that you slowed down makes it look like I couldn't win on my own merits.
Let the clans think what they will think. They'll always cry about the crane.
Of course. I don't think we can do anything as well as they can. But good job. Truly.
Good job, Doji-san. Now we're gonna quickly zoom in. There's a lot of ruckus here. Is anyone being particular? Is anyone adding to the ruckus?
They can't even ride. What is this?
I think with that, Takashi would actually go over to Batu and would say, "You should watch your words, unicorn."
And what? You're going to challenge me to a duel?
He clearly did not slow down. It was very obvious.
Of course. They just both suck at riding.
They were both better than to be expected. And I do not appreciate your disparaging of the competition.
So that you feel lesser of yourself? I have said nothing about your writing.
But you have said it about a fellow competitor. You must show everyone respect. That is the Bushido way.
And I do. I also express my way.
Welcome in, Dorktails. Sorry, my Nightbot is a jerk. I haven't figured that out, so.
Can I interject in there, two-person?
Yeah, it's kind of, well, it's not even just two people. It's sort of, yeah.
Yeah. We're congregated. You say it is not honorable to disparage the competition, but yet we do not grant the same things, the same respect towards cattle or chickens that we are to eat. If they are not sufficient in this, then they should not be pretending to compete in the competition.
They clearly are. The Crane have much as right to be here as anyone else.
These are their lands.
Yes, and it's also very convenient that they get paired together and both score points while the rest of us actually have to compete against one another.
Right. Well, I have to compete with an actual horde fighter.
Competed.
Hida-san, you're not suggesting that they did that on purpose, do you? That doesn't sound right. I thought it was the luck of the draw.
It is.
Right.
Seems that there's a good deal of human influence on that luck.
I
But
see
it's like what you are insinuating.
At this point, it looks like everyone's starting to gather because the Emerald Champion has come out to give his verdict as a judge. He says, points have been shared amongst multiple riders this day. It is no different for the two of one clan. It is not the first clan of the day that has shared a victory together. The Crane will remain with points on this. You have my word. And with that, he walks away, noting this is the Emerald Champion / the Crane Clan Champion. So it doesn't help the situation at all. So,
Can I say one last thing?
sure. I'm sure it's going to create a ruckus, so go for it.
Batu, well, he doesn't say it loud for the champion to hear, but for his contestants, it's more of out of spite, I think. I competed against the unicorn, and the unicorn didn't even choose me. I was on the side of the dragon for that, and we competed with our hearts. What is your excuse, Crane?
I compete with my heart as well.
I'm sure.
I tried really hard. Did you not see me catch up in my technique? I've been training so hard, harder than you probably know.
With that, Kikita Saburo says, it's okay, Doji-san. We can address this with him in the championship. If he makes it to the championship.
Best to retain my composure and conserve my energy for the next competition.
Are we still doing that stop scene thing?
Yeah, like probably close him, but if you got a minute you want to do, you're welcome to. Do you want to do an interruption scene?
Yeah.
Is there? Yes, you can do so.
With Batu.
Okay.
I think I would go up to him as he's kind of making this ruckus about the crane, and just say, Moto-san,
Yes.
do you recognize me?
You look familiar.
I wouldn't expect you to. It was a long time ago.
Can I help you?
I couldn't help but notice your open disdain for the feathered ones and their display.
Well, in our encampments, I've always heard that the crane is a friend to the unicorn, but I've yet to see that come to fruition. All I've seen is people looking down on me ever since I got here, even from my own clan. So, there's a little bit of animosity.
Understandable. They tend to have a way of getting under the skin, as it were. Don't let them. You have your own merits. You cheapen that by speaking in such a way. Let your merit speak for itself in the competitions to come. Let them have their advantages. You have yours.
I think he'll just nod at that and give her a polite little bow, make his way before he continues making up too much of a mess.
So, return the bow.
As we shift back to the hall where the heraldry was done, we move back into that same area, which probably fills some of you who are not of the strongest of mind and knowledge, based things, with a bit of dread as you realize this isn't going to be probably any sort of show of strength or feat of bouge. There'll be no warrior in this next bit. Okay, so we're going to really quickly group people together for these questions. Sorry?
Do we, if there's time in between to do a thing that would require stealth, would that be a stealth roll?
Yes, I will note that a failure on said thing could result in disqualification, as per usual. I'm just giving you the standard response.
Hypothetically, stealth roll first to see if I could find a space to do it stealthily before deciding whether to do it, like the last time? I think we start the stealth roll, but I won't tell you. Are you going to raise, I guess, is the question. Because thinking you're hidden away doesn't necessarily mean you're hidden away. There. Okay, I will hold off.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
I do this to all my players in every role, just so you know, across.
No, I know.
Games.
I'm doing well. I think she'd be thinking she's doing well enough.
Right, she doesn't have to resort to it.
Yeah.
We're gonna zoom in on one brief exchange here. As Toritaka Kazumaru is wandering back in, there is a middle-aged man with an eye patch. As he kind of approaches you, he starts to walk alongside you, and you can tell that he is probably maybe a Ronin, but you don't see the daisho on him. And you don't see any Mons, so that would suggest probably Ronin, but if he is, he's the disgraced kind that's thrown away his soul.
What would be the appropriate way of addressing someone of that stature?
If you're not looking to get in a duel with them, you could still be courteous just out of curiosity. But if you want to be the turn my nose up at people, I mean, a lot of kindred. I'm jumping games. A lot of samurai would choose to would be able to do that. Yeah, like it would be appropriate to your station to look down. Like, by the way, Ronin are the only samurai that you can look down on as a minor clansman. So,
well, you take full advantage of this. Finally. No, but that's not the Tori. That's not Kazumaru.
Yeah,
he would show the respectable amount of, without going over the top.
Yeah.
And he'd say, "You're following my pace. Do you know me?"
I know of you, Toritaka-san. It seems that the Falcon is struggling to fly free.
Maybe.
You represent all the minor clans here. You know that.
Kazumaru would take that in just for a moment, just a little pause, maybe a slight hesitation in his step. And think of it that way.
These games are set for the great clans and their focuses. But if we are to ever find a stronger way for ourselves, we'll need to force it.
You're suggesting?
I could arrange some aid. Toritaka-san. But you would owe my daimyo a favor in turn.
And what is your daimyo?
Ah. Well, that would be sharing too much, wouldn't it?
Now, one of the features that Kazumaru has, just in case if this is considered an impossible decision that may lead to dishonor, would this fall in that?
It could. Yes, it very well could. So what is the feature? What is the, is that an advantage?
Irreproachable. Irreproachable is what it is. So if there's a temptation skill or anything like that that I would roll, then I think I get a bonus.
Oh, he's not going to, he's not going to force you to roll. I'm going to leave this to you. So I'm not going to put that in the hands of, so that'd be like if someone tried to seduce you or tempt you in that way, you would get extra bonuses, but you can role play off that. You are a bit more immune to temptation. It's totally up. Basically, you're in the driver's seat, not your character sheet when it comes to things like this.
It could probably be very interesting if it was left up to the dice roll, perhaps, to kind of help guide. I would
sure make a willpower roll and add 1 as a modifier.
All right. And it's a willpower?
Yeah.
And add 1. Total modifier 1?
Yep. Should roll an extra dice for you, if I understand that correctly.
And this is unskilled, right?
This would be willpower. No, there is no skill to it, so it's just willpower by itself. So that 10 would have exploded. Yeah, you are not tempted in a way that you would brashly go at this, but the curiosity stays with you. It lingers with you.
Okay. He'll finish by saying, if you think that by forcing competitors or clansmates to somehow lose or provide me an advantage, I hesitate. But if you were to try and train me and give me some skills, that I would welcome. I'm a fast learner.
An honorable approach. You'll hear from me again, Toritaka-san. And with that, as he goes to walk away, you notice he walks with like a bit of a limp as he goes to walk away. You notice on his back, like, because he had his side to you, you notice on his back he has a bow, but it's a longer bow.
Yeah. And he was not a ghost.
Certainly not. Why don't you give me... Oh, God. What would this be? You don't have heraldry. Just give me a flat intelligence roll. TN10.
All right. TN10? Okay. Yeah. I'm going to walk away thinking he's a ghost. Oh, great. Here we go.
Yeah, you're like, you just can't quite place it, but you feel like he's probably representing a minor clan. You're just not sure who. Yeah. You can name them all, but you can't quite recall much about them. You know more about the crab than you do about these minor clans.
Would I pick up on that the long, like the really big bow, would that be a hint?
Yes, that's a TN of 10, so... yeah, not quite.
All right.
To be fair, the Wasp clan is very new, so that's why you don't know. Like, your generation knew. You've been alive about the same amount of time as this clan has been existing, so...
Thanks.
All right.
And then he would just continue his way. Now, just a question: are there opportunities for quick scenes before the next tournament, or
the next event? You could I got room for one more interrupt, and then we should probably roll this out so we can move to kind of towards a closing. I realize it's getting there.
I haven't used an interrupt. If I could use an interrupt,
yep, go for it. Who's in the scene with you?
It would be Doji-san.
All right. Doji Yuna. The two of you probably find each other on the way to this. You've got like a 20-minute break in between one event to the next.
Right. Toritaka-san probably just kind of after that interaction, probably sort of just kind of thinking, and then bumps into Doji-san, and you say, Doji-san, just want to say that your writing was excellent. Very impressive. In fact, I was told that the Cranes were very good at horseback riding just moments ago prior to, and to actually witness it, I have to say, very... Yeah. How did you get so experienced riding?
I just studied. I assume the same way everyone else did. Just ride your horse occasionally.
Okay. You look...
I appreciate it. I don't know, I dug deep towards the end, and I just took a deep breath, and I realized that everyone was watching, and that I haven't been doing all that well. And in the same way that I just had that sudden burst of energy at the end of the obstacle course, I just had to take a deep breath and put my everything into it, like I've been doing this whole time.
I don't know if Kazumaru would somehow need to roll something just to kind of gauge if there's a bit of anxiousness or just the way, just hearing the voice, just sort of how it's coming.
Doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like Doji Yuna is trying to hide anything, so I don't think you need anything. You have sincerity, right? As a skill?
Mm-hmm.
Are you employing sincerity? Then yeah, automatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think just an automatic response would be just to sort of reach out, and if your hand was available, just to kind of quickly, just like almost touch it, but then realize that maybe an etiquette roll. I don't know, just the way the DM was.
Touching in Rokugan. Whoa, scandalous.
Great, jump out of nowhere and jump on top of it. No!
just sort of.
Do you have etiquette?
I do have etiquette.
It is very So you've also been with the crab, keep that in mind, but in high culture of Rokugan, it's improper to touch in public.
Case,
even people who are like married don't in public. Like,
you mean if we touch hands, we might be married? Oh my gosh. He will position himself just to sort of look into her eyes and just say, "You have proven yourself more than ever. You are vibrant. You are colorful. You bring light into darkness. So I just want you to know that it doesn't matter what obstacles you will face, you will always rise on top. And for a crane and a falcon, I think the one thing that we know is there are always obstacles, there are always barriers, and there's always perceptions. You rise above it, always. And I can only hope to soar as high as you can. So, Joji-san, good luck.
Thank you, Falcon.
Respectfully bow and
Toritaka-san.
sort of smile and just kind of walk a little faster.
And we move to the event now. You are brought into a room. There are a series of small rooms in different... you find out there's over a dozen judges here. Each of you may choose one category: Bushido, etiquette, or law. And you'll be questioned in that area. Whichever one you choose, the other two then we roll and randomly determine what the other question is. You have to pass both questions to move forward. This all happens at once, but what we'll do is just to show everyone, we'll choose one test victim to roll first so everyone can see what this looks like. So, does anyone want to be the sample for everybody? Anyone confident? Oh, we got Batu. Batu's gonna come in here with confidence. Okay.
Sure. I mean, I'm going to lose points. I'm not.
Okay, Batu. Do you choose Bushido, etiquette, or law first?
I'll choose.
You only get one choice, so choose. If you have one of those three skills, you should choose that one.
All right, wait, hold on. You said Bushido. What's the other one?
Etiquette or law.
I don't have any of those.
Okay. That sounds like Just a note for those that aren't aware. Not only is he a unicorn who are away for several hundred years, he's also a Moto who don't originate in Rokugan. So this is like, yeah, this is not where Batu wants to be. All right, you choose Bushido though. All right, roll me a d4. Actually, I got you. Let's do it. I'm quick with it. All right. A samurai must show compassion and mercy to those beneath them. Why? And this is in Intelligence Bushido. So it is just intelligence. If you don't have it, what would be Batu's answer to that? Is staying fully in character.
What was the question again?
A samurai shows compassion and mercy to those beneath him. Why?
I mean, the unicorn embodies compassion from the Bushido Code. So I think, for Batu, his answer is because he should defend the weak. He should defend those that can't defend themselves.
Okay. Now give me a roll.
Unskilled. Boop.
Okay. You see them scribble down something? Okay. Your next question. Okay. When a samurai has committed a serious enough crime, they may be executed without honor, but their daimyo may present another option. What is that option? And why does it exist? Why don't we start with your
themselves?
Why don't we start with the roll?
Intelligence, right? Intelligence. To redeem themselves.
There's some whispering back and forth. And the judge nods and says, to redeem their name for the rest of their family. Batu-san. It is close enough. We will accept this.
A nod. Or bow.
So that is seppuku. Keeping the shame away from your family by ending yourself in a very warrior way, let's say. Congratulations, Batu. You earned a point. All right. So everybody else, maybe we'll do this in groupings just to make it a little less painful. We'll start with the top group. We've got Cat's Meow, Sorcery Arts, Cleansing Rain, and Professor Tone. The four of you, your characters. Tell me which one you're choosing.
Etiquette.
Bushido.
Bushido as well.
Okay. Now, these are done separately, but we'll get a D3 roll from... Actually, I'll just do this. So we'll do the 2 Bushido first. A samurai wears the name of their ancestor. Why must they live a life of honor?
Is this to Danzo or Takashi?
Like, it's separate rooms, but it's like one of those things where it's like both questions, you both roll the same. So both questions are identical, but they're in private rooms. You can simply roll if you want, if you think there's a flavor to this. You're welcome to do so.
Repeat the question one more time, as well as its intelligence, correct?
Yeah, it's an intelligence roll. A samurai bears the name of their ancestor. Why must they live a life in honor in regard to it?
You want to do your answer?
Sure. Because while the weapons and the armor can be worn by someone else, the name persists. It is therefore more important, less tangible. Trying to give it an 8 answer.
Yeah, no, that's good. We cut over to Takashi. Takashi.
Takashi. We bear the honor of our ancestors, of those who came before. They are always with us, even when they are past. They must not be forgotten, so their names are forever. Thank you, Kitty. Their names are forever held with us.
Sorry.
As I bear the name of the mighty Akodo, I will hold forth his rage, his honor, his passions, his strengths. Little raw.
And you hear your judge in this is the herald. And the herald says, and you must return it to him in death. And with that, we are going to roll for both of you to figure out what your next question is. So go ahead and I'll just do that.
We would also be vaguely aware that this is the end of the day. Like,
yes.
This is the last... Okay,
Yeah.
So we'll probably use a void point.
Okay. Takashi, we won't zoom in on these rolls since you're since these are the ones you didn't choose. It's going to be an etiquette roll, intelligence etiquette for Takashi, intelligence law for Danzo.
Oh, that was a bad roll. Shh. You messed up my roll, buddy.
How dare you?
Don't be like that. I'm gonna put
You down. I'm not gonna... I pulled off the void, by the way. I didn't go through that.
Okay. Danzo will pass with that answer. Takashi, you will not with that 5. You need a 10. Just need a 10. All right, we move to Professor Tone in Sorcery Arts.
Great.
Etiquette for both of you, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
So this goes to... Sorry, this goes to our Yogo. Why are matters of commerce distasteful to samurai?
Such things are not matters of honor. It's discussed in private.
Okay, there's a scribble. You can make an etiquette roll. So the question for our Falcon friend, which is, it seems to be almost like perfect. It says, so this would be from the Emerald Champion. It says, Toritaka-san, how does one engage in matters of greeting with those who stand superior to them, those who stand equal, and those who stand below?
With the samurai, everything is based upon status. And you stand knowing your place.
Roll me an etiquette roll. It's really good, yeah. And the scene cuts away, there's a scribble, and the scene cuts away as you see him bow just in the slightest to you, and you bow quite significantly. Okay, so Sorcery Arts, you will be answering a lore Bushido question, intelligence. So you can make an intelligence roll flat or Bushido if you have it. And for our Falcon friend, you'll be answering a law question, intelligence law, lore law. Just making sure, are you in thought here, Tone? Oh, you're muted, maybe?
What would you like me to...
Yep,
Yeah.
So do you have law?
I don't, no.
Okay, intelligence then.
Okay. Just roll it.
Yes, you're trying to beat a 10.
Unskilled or...
If you don't have it.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, okay.
You're good. You receive another point. All right. We move to the bottom group now. So, did I put down the Akari got one? Yes, I did. Okay. For the bottom group, we're going to check Rebecca Yampa, All Things Fantasy, and Jim of Revan. Will you be choosing law, etiquette, or Bushido?
Etiquette. And I believe Yampa already went. In the first
Oh, right.
round.
The other three. Sorry. That's right.
Miyamoto will be using Bushido.
Ayumi will be using law.
And you have an automatic lore skill in every lore, yes?
Yes, I do. I am a sage.
Yeah. So you always get to tick that. We will go quickly through these. So etiquette was the first one.
Are we just rolling?
Why must a gift be refused twice before it is accepted? This goes to the Recrain.
Oh. Well, one mustn't appear greedy, and then one must appear appreciative.
All right. Give me an intelligence etiquette.
I got a raise because this is a skilled roll.
So TN 15 for you now.
Okay. And would this be a courtesy emphasis?
I will allow that, actually, yes. Yes. You add to that, because of that roll. I'm just going to have the edit. Not accepting the first offer would show that you believed it to be insincere. We move next to our Bushido question. Why is Abushi's heart filled with courage?
Because without courage, we can't do what we need to do to protect our Lord, to protect the people that are underneath us, and to serve the land. We need our courage to do things that nobody else can.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll on Lord Bushido intelligence.
Not bad.
Okay. Scribble, scribble, scribble. And then we go to Asako Mayumi, who chose law, correct? Yep. Why must a samurai's body be cremated upon death?
Why must a samurai's body be cremated upon death? So that they may be sanctified, that the shadows might not taint them.
All right, go ahead and roll me an intelligence lore law.
So I will be making this with Sage.
Yes, so you click, I think it gives you an extra, one, keep one?
Yeah. So you instead are considered to have one rank in that skill.
Oh, wait, so you just click a modifier of 1 when you go to roll it. So you choose your intelligence if you don't have the skill, and then there should be a modifier button, and you just put a 1 in there.
Okay.
Let me know if you...
It says rank of 1, so roll 1. I'll just do 1. Oh, 1. Okay, here we go.
And you're good. Okay, so answers covered. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Okay. So now we're gonna see what you guys get for your second question. Okay. 1, 1, and 2. All right. So just moving across the list, our crane friend will roll intelligence, law, lore law if you have it. And so will our Miyamoto Bushi. And our Phoenix friend will be rolling Lord Bushido. So for this one, I'm not going to ask you questions. You just can make the roll. Your target number is 10.
Okay.
Congratulations on the points. Okay, so let me fill these in real quick, and then we'll move on as swiftly as we can towards a close here.
Sorry, how many points did we get altogether from that event?
1. It's all for 1.
1 point.
Yeah. And I'll copy that over so y'all can see here very shortly. I'm just populating that for you all. Right. Okay, that's everybody. Okay, so obviously I haven't done the NPCs roles for this one yet. I will be doing that. I wanted to do a quick check-in because it's pretty dang late. We could go another... so I have a closing scene I need to do with Batu. Before I do that, I could do like 2 10-minute scenes with you guys back at your respective places, which would bring us to another 25 minutes, or I can close with Batu. Has anyone got to be out of here in 20 minutes? No? Everyone's good? Okay. So we will zero in first on... I've forgotten the name. The Red Lotus.
Red Lotus.
Yes. By the way, for the purposes of these 2 scenes, it'll just be the PCs because I have to do some stuff on the side with the rolls real quick. It'll give me a chance to do that. So we won't have the NPCs there just because it'll be hard for me to track both. And there's enough of you guys to begin with. So the Red Lotus, we have Yogo Akari, we have Miramoto Kazumi, Asako Mayumi, and Akoto Takashi.
Would you like me to time it, or...
I'm watching. You're good.
Okay, cool.
Well, good work today, everyone.
Yes,
Yeah,
you did very well yourself, Yoko-san.
Thank you.
All of you can see that Mayumi is drinking some tea, just watching the entire table very carefully. It was a very difficult day, but it was very delightful. It was such a fun time to race with you, Miramoto-san.
I know, it was so good. There were so many amazing races that happened today. Which one do you think was your favorite?
I think ours was the best one, to be honest. Although there were some that showed their skill. Doji-san was very, very good today. I was very, very impressed with their work. I know that they've been working very hard, but they were up against some intimidating challengers. Although, I will admit, Yogo-san and Toritaka-san were also equally very, very well in all of their challenges so far.
I appreciate that. Gochan. That's...
The Falcon did do well.
Indeed. He did.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to hearing the concluding results. But all of us should take some solace in that we have completed the first leg of the competition.
I just wish I was a stronger leg in my case.
I believe you have much going on in your mind, Akodo-san.
What do you mean by that?
You have the honor of the Lion Clan to uphold. You have a great deal of responsibility to yourself and to the people around you. I do want to say I do wish to apologize for my earlier kerfuffle in the early days. I was very nervous. Having said that, I think you are a very strong warrior. I think that you show great prowess as a general and as a leader, although you may be doing things for your clan that we're not privy to and we do not need to know. That might be weighing you down on your shoulders a little. Of this I can notice, and if I can offer any consolation, you are a mighty warrior, and I believe that some of the opponents that you have gone against perhaps were a little bit more intimidating in their intensity. I believe you can also match that intensity quite well, although that is just my observation, and I do again apologize if I have overstepped.
The lion does not back down. It is the pride of the Akodo that I wield. Thus, no matter the competition, whether I believe my opponent is greater in skill, I must give my all, my everything, lest I dishonor my family name.
Hear, hear. Good response. I like that response.
I do believe that the Lion Clan's greatest virtue is their honor. And
Yes.
you do uphold that very well.
Honorable indeed.
The Dragon Clan's virtue is sincerity, and the Scorpion Clan is that of duty and loyalty, whereas us in the Phoenix Clan uphold righteousness. However,
all are necessary.
Indeed.
And it is only together that we serve the Empire to the highest degree. It's quite a treat to be privy to so many diverse perspectives at one table.
See, that's what I've been saying for days now. We should all come together and work together so that we can become the best we can be for this nation. Because if we don't work together, if we don't work together, we don't succeed together.
sometimes it's very difficult to remember the virtue of Rie, or courtesy, where you show your respect even to your enemies. Although my manners are not that great, I still need to work on etiquette. Etiquette is very difficult.
I certainly believe some virtues are perhaps more important than others, if I may have my opinion. And courtesy, yes, important, of course, as they all are. However, it is a virtue that is best reciprocated rather than simply given. I find.
I agree. If people wish to be treated with respect, they must show respect in turn. It is the same with courtesy. And the same with honor.
Exactly.
Daddy kind of smiles in response, and then quickly shunters to a neutral expression.
So you're just gonna leave that on the table? Like you just say, oh, there's more important ones out there, but you're not gonna tell us which one's the more important one? You're leaving me in suspense here.
My point was
I
merely
like
that.
that answer.
My point was merely that courtesy is, as Akoro-san so eloquently pointed out, a virtue that is best given and received in turn. One cannot expect to receive courtesy when one is not willing to give it. That is all.
Oh, now I understand. Thank you.
Of course. I'm sure that you have much to teach us, Miramoto-san. Your wisdom.
I don't know. You're all pretty good at things. I don't know if I can teach any of you everything. I mean, you're all really good at what you do. I mean, if I was to come in and go, oh, I'm better than you, that wouldn't solve anything.
I believe
We
it
all
is a
have our-
virtue to be humble.
Indeed.
And it is also important to be able to prove your skills and your boasting. Words mean nothing if you cannot back them up.
There are some people, Dakoro-san, where, like Miramoto-san mentioned, everyone is good at some things. Some are better than others at some things. We can only do our best and enjoy what life has to offer. And I feel like that there is great wisdom in the humility of the dragon fan for sharing that truth.
1 minute.
And I also believe that though the line do not bend, your strength is definitely undeniable, and as is your drive and your willpower to uphold your honor, which is remarkable, really.
Yes, well, it does not hold as well when you are the only one to not win a point in a competition.
Oh no, I'm really sorry. I guess you did come up against some tough competition today. That's fine. There's always going to be tomorrow.
At this point, you see Utaku Midori come in. You've known her to be someone who's been very straight-laced this whole time. But as she comes through the door, she stumbles. And there's a bit of a... clearly drunk. And overhearing the last bit of that conversation, she says, 5 points. We need 5 points for Gempukku. I tell you all right here, if I fail this, I will not bring that shame back home. And we move to the laughing car. Okay, well, we'll end with the Bushido guy who's in the similar boat. Yeah.
Akoro simply looks at her, and there is like a nod. What the nod isn't what he's conveying. He's looking her in the eyes in very much a way that he understands, and he shows the exact same. What's the word? Intent.
We cut over to the laughing carp now, where we have the other four.
did the final... Did I get a point in the final portion?
You did. I will note that I put them in the players section for any of you to refer to now, including the NPCs are there now, which they rolled stupidly high, and that lots of 2 dice over 10. It was ridiculous, but yeah.
Batu says, "More sake." He is happy as hell.
You be careful, Moto. You don't want to overdo it. Who knows what the next day's competition will bring?
I'm sure I'll sleep it away.
Best to drink with a full stomach then. Natto around for everybody.
Not doing sake. Perfect, Kasumaru.
All right, fine. If we're bringing natto, then a little sake won't hurt.
What a day. I've been hoping for this moment just to relax and just to be amongst good spirits. This is such a joy to be. I did not think I would enjoy being away from the wall this much. So, to perhaps new friends, but definite rivals. And he'll...
To honor amongst our competition.
To honor amongst our competition.
Two friends. I like two friends. Two friends.
Well...
And then natto. What does it taste like?
It's such an acquired taste. It's extremely fermented soybeans. It's sticky. It's stinky. It's really, really difficult to stomach if you don't know what you're getting into. It's good.
I am stuffing my face with natto and offering them to Danzo as well.
Now the question is when has our Falcon friend had it? I think prior. Nope. So the question is do you think he would like it? And if not, I need a willpower roll to see if he can stomach it an etiquette roll to
right.
to hold it down and in such a way that you feign your actual feelings about it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Only if you don't think he'd like it. If you think he'd like it, have at her. Oh, yeah.
I'll let the dice. I'll let the dice decide. 34
problem.
on the etiquette. This tastes so much like that dish that we ate in the caverns, in the mines. Danzo, what does it taste like?
It definitely smells like the things in those mines. He's not partaking.
Danzo, just eat. You keep not eating, Danzo. You're big. You need to eat.
I just prefer not to eat things that smell like I killed it last week.
Fair enough. Well, more for me. And Kasumaru, apparently.
It works wonders on the digestive system, that's for sure.
How many points did you two end up with today?
3.
Hey!
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Congratulations. Wow. I'm sure you worked really hard to get all of them.
I always do.
As do I.
Danzo-san, how many points did you get?
I have 2. I would have liked to have had a third, but I suppose you bested me in wrestling today. He'll say a little playfully.
And he'll say, I wish that I bowed out, Danzo-san.
No nonsense. There's no need for you to abject from competition. You overcame a large obstacle, I would say. You definitely made me learn something. I came into this thinking a lot of it would just be general overall strength, but it seems we're being tested on such specific elements that perhaps I came in a little overconfident.
It's understandable. The Bushido Code covers a great deal of things, and each clan represents it differently. The crab is undoubtedly known for its strength, but everyone has their weaknesses as well. Oh, speaking of which, if you eat the natto with seaweed, it's a little bit more palatable. And she'll show the method of taking a square of nori and putting the natto on top and eating it.
Mato's just gonna grab a handful of natto and then a seaweed and just like, definitely not following her.
And then I think Yuna will just kind of look over with a half smile and be like, see, each embody something unique.
It's okay. It's basically the same.
In between the bites of natto with seaweed. Speaking of clans, I'm curious. Are you any familiar with clans that have big, long bows, bigger than normal?
Would that be a roll?
I have no idea. Would I know?
I think that I'm just going to name this. So it's going to be the people that are within proximity to trade with them, or have a personal impact. And maybe the dragon, because they're always that way. Actually, dragon is in the other group. Is it? Yeah. So out of the group we have here,
I want the dragon. Technically, maybe they told me something.
You know what? If you want to know, intelligence TN 15 or lore heraldry 15 would work fine. Why don't we go with that? Crane, I'll give you a free raise to cancel out your forced raise.
Well, that's unskilled, so I don't have to raise it. And so that was intelligence?
Well, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, the scorpion and the lion would get an automatic on this one. Yeah.
The sake is sinking in.
Very long bows, you say?
Long bow. Bigger than long regular. I've seen long bows. This was a really long bow.
Where did you see it? Like in the competition?
Why don't we get our Hida friend to roll too, just in case there's some random thing that happens.
I chose intentionally not to roll because I feel like Danzo, having spent some time with Kazamaru, would feel the question wasn't directed at him. That he kind of knows the extent of Danzo's geographical knowledge, and so
okay. There's a reason why you might know a story here. That's all I'm thinking. So even if you don't share it, yeah.
Intelligence, unskilled, coming up.
Yep.
Maru will then look at Danzo.
Never mind, sorry.
You make sure. Yeah.
It seems like no one knows.
All right. No reason.
At this point,
It's really interesting, though.
you notice a figure in the doorway. Those who visited the place of the merchant house of the exotic, you would recognize the patron, an older man, a smile. He says, "You're thinking of the Wasp clan."
What would be the proper term to spec? Like You know what I mean? Address him with not knowing his name.
You could refer to. So he looks like he's dressed in unicorn. If you don't know his family, you can just say unicorn son. Yeah, or Sama if you want to be careful.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, probably the lesser clan will probably say Sama. Thank you, Unicorn Sama. Appreciate that wisdom. Wasp clan. Are they? From which lands do they hail from?
Not far from here. Their lands are small, but one keep.
Is it normal for these Wasp clan to enter these tournaments or be near town? It's unusual.
When they're looking for a bounty, yes.
Bounty hunters. Thank you, Unicorn Sama.
He looks over at Batu, and there's a look on his face, like we need to talk kind of look. If anyone has Courtier as a skill or Awareness 3, you would have caught it automatically. And then he will turn and step outside. Batu, you notice it because it's addressed at you.
I mean, he doesn't mask his face well. I think he kind of like frowns for a second and stands up. Pardon me, I guess, and he'll give a weird bow for the rest of them, and then he'll make his way out.
He walks with you as you continue through the town till you reach a bridge. And he stops. He's got a cane, like a little walking cane. He clicks it a couple of times. The daimyo died here. Bob hits his thing.
Which Darius?
They were a minor clan. Badger.
And why should we care about the badger?
It's a good question. They protect the borders from the Gaijin. Yabanjin, much like us. But I'm not suggesting you should care about it, Moto-san. I thought I would share a bit of enlightenment with you, though. I observed that you and Utaku-san are not the fastest of friends. Likely her doing.
I was about to say, it's not for lack of trying.
There was quite a bit of suggestion that the Scorpion were responsible for the assassination on this bridge. Even the Scorpion contestant was said to have been spotted. But that peasant went missing not long after.
I don't understand. What does any of this has to do with me being here?
That I can't answer for you. But I can tell you why Otaku-san is here.
To spite me? Spite Tamoto?
Her sister was as old as she is. She spoke out against accusations against the Scorpion. The Scorpion challenged her to a duel and killed her. That is Midori-san's sister. She is here for revenge.
I see. Does she need any help in obtaining her revenge?
That sounds like a question you should ponder over. Perhaps over sake. He smiles.
I'll be able to talk to her myself, see if she finally wants to have my audience.
All right. And I'm going to give you an intelligence roll and a free raise as you look over the water.
I don't even. What's.
Just make the roll. All right. As you're left alone looking over the water, you see a bit of a vision come into your eyes, like a mirage. You see a hill in the water. As the water ripples through and the moonlight kind of exposes it, you see a group of riders ride up. And the one in front, his face is nothing but bone. His eyes glow. And you see the old Mon of the Moto. The one they wore before their shame and their curse. And I'll give you one last sort of ad before we close.
He won't say anything. He'll kind of like tap the railing on the bridge as he makes his way out.
All right. And that is the end of session 4. Thank you all very much for watching. We will be back, I believe. I can't remember if we're here next week or not. Maybe here next week. I think we're on for next week. And then we're gone the week after. Gonna do a quick shout out for everyone here since we have a bunch of streamers here. And we'll start to pass these around before we rate out. But we have Cat's Meow Show. We have Sorcery Arts, who has done all this wonderful art, including the video that we were able to play mid-game. And Sorcery Arts and Professor Tone are part of Mortal Rolls. We have Cleansing Rain. We have Gem of Revan, All Things Fantasy, and Rebecca and Yampa, who play in my games and some of Mark's games. So I think I got everybody. Thanks for watching again.